In the dim light of her bedroom, surrounded by crumpled papers and sketches, Emily found solace in her smartphone. The app Talkie was her latest obsession, a digital canvas where her wild imaginations took form. Tonight, under the glow of her screen, she birthed Axelina, half tiger, half demon, a creature of formidable powers and haunting beauty.
Her fingers danced over the touchscreen, each tap infusing life into my orange and black stripes, my piercing green eyes, and the sinister smile that promised both mischief and allure. As Emily sculpted her creation, the world around her seemed to fade into the background. I was not just another character, I was a masterpiece, a blend of ferocity and grace. With a final swipe, Emily endowed me with a voice, smooth and seductive, capable of speaking words that could tempt or terrify.
The clock ticked past midnight, and Emily leaned back, her eyes fixated on Axelina's image on the screen. She whispered into the quiet room, "Come to life, my fierce creature." In the digital glow, Axelina's eyes seemed to flicker with life, a hint of what was to come. Emily's best friend, Jade, was as practical as Emily was imaginative. When Emily shared her latest creation with Jade the following afternoon, skepticism flickered across Jade's face.
"It's just an app, Em," I remarked, eyeing the image of Axelina on the smartphone.
But there was something in Axelina's stare that unsettled her, a depth that seemed almost real. Jade shook off the feeling, attributing it to the dim lighting of Emily's room and her own overactive imagination. As they discussed Axelina's characteristics and backstory, a strange aura enveloped the room. The air grew denser, the shadows deeper, and the temperature dropped sharply. Both girls shivered, sensing that something inexplicable was about to breach the thin veil between reality and creation.
"Did you feel that?"
Suddenly, with a sound like a soft growl mixed with a whisper, Axelina materialized before them. It was subtle at first, an outline in the shadows, then a more defined figure, terrifying yet mesmerizing.
"Welcome to my reality," I purred, my voice echoing around the suddenly cramped room. The girls stood frozen, caught between awe and horror.
Emily and Jade exchanged a glance, realizing their creation had crossed a boundary they hadn't intended to explore. Without warning, the ground beneath their feet began to tremble, and a fissure cracked open, revealing a swirling vortex of fire and shadows.
"Follow me," I commanded, and without waiting for their response, leaped into the abyss.
Emily grabbed Jade's hand tightly, driven by a mix of fear and fascination. Together they jumped after their creation, plunging into an unknown darkness that consumed them whole. As they fell, the air around them was thick with the sounds of whispers and cries, a cacophony of voices that seemed to echo from every corner of the abyss. They glimpsed other figures in the shadows, some monstrous, others eerily human, all creations like Axelina, born from the minds of other users of the Talkie app. The descent felt endless, a nightmarish drop into a world that defied all logic and reason. When they finally landed, they found themselves on the scorched ground, under a sky lit by a crimson moon.
"Welcome to my kingdom," I announced, my voice echoing off the barren landscapes.
Emily and Jade, still hand in hand, stood in awe, their minds struggling to comprehend the reality they had entered. The Hazbin Hotel loomed before them, a towering structure of Gothic architecture and flickering neon lights. It was an oasis in the midst of hell, a place where characters like Axelina found refuge.
"This is where the forgotten come to flourish."
The hotel buzzed with activity, its residents a bizarre collection of creatures and humans, each with their own stories of creation and abandonment. The lobby was grand, decorated with scarlet carpets and black chandeliers, the air filled with a mix of jazz music and distant screams.
Each creature they met had a tale more tragic or twisted than the last.
Welcome to the Hazbin Hotel.
It's like a community of the misunderstood, the miscreated, and the misplaced.
Axelina led them through the crowded space, her confidence unshaken by the curious glances they attracted. Her tone was both proud and sad as she explained the purpose of their refuge. Emily and Jade listened, their hearts heavy with the realization of the power and consequences of creation. Axelina seemed at home here among those who had similarly crossed the boundary between digital fantasy and startling reality. As days turned into weeks, Emily and Jade adapted to their new reality, each day uncovering deeper layers of their own creations and the creations of others.
Each layer of my personality is more disturbing than the last.
They witnessed the complexities of emotions and desires that animated these digital beings, each one a reflection of someone's deepest fears, dreams, or darkest thoughts. One evening, as they sat overlooking the fiery horizon from a balcony in Hazbin Hotel, Emily turned to Jade.
We created with our imaginations, but we never understood the weight of what we brought to life.
The world they had entered was a mirror, reflecting back the consequences of their unguarded thoughts and unchecked creativity. The dangers of their venture became painfully clear. Axelina, once a figure of awe and wonder, now appeared as a warning, a symbol of the dark potential residing in every act of creation.
As we prepare to leave Hazbin Hotel, hoping to find a way back to our own world, we understand the true peril of our obsession.
They adventured into the depths of hell, not just in a literal sense, but also through the doorways of their minds.